So COVID-19, or better known as the coronavirus, has impacted the world in a much bigger way than I ever imagined. Today I'm gonna go on a little solo social distancing electric skateboard ride through the streets of DC to take a look at what it's like. But first, I sort of just want to talk about how this whole thing has sort of affected me and those around me. As you guys know, this virus has affected more than people's health. It's affected their well-beings. Schools are shut down, restaurants are shut down, events with groups larger than 50 people are canceled, people are getting out of work, and it's just crazy out there. I mean, for me personally, on a personal level, outside of making YouTube videos, I work in the events industry, and with all events being canceled, basically, I'm out of work, dude. But I am trying to stay stoked throughout the whole thing. Looking at the brighter side of things, I'm trying to push myself to make more content. I am streaming on Twitch. Definitely check that out if you guys want to see me play some games and hang out. For the most part, I am quarantining myself, staying inside, like the CDC has suggested we do. But because I am out of work for my events, I do need to at least create more content and focus a bit more on YouTube. So I am going outside, limiting myself, not going anywhere near people, social distancing. I can't work, but what I can do is, try to stay healthy, try and flatten the curve, as they say. I am not getting close to anyone. I am washing my hands frequently, using hand sanitizer, and just overall, just trying to be a bit healthier. And I hope you guys try and do the same. Today I've got my Stoked board with some carby trucks, and we're gonna go for a little ride to see how people are quarantining and self-distancing today. Doesn't look like it. This ride was filmed on Sunday, March 22, 2020, and begins at the most heavily visited part of the city, the National Mall, which is basically where all of the big historic landmarks are. And if you know anything about visiting the National Mall on a Sunday, you would know that this place is usually packed with tourists, tour groups, and all kinds of other people walking about and taking in the sights of the city. One thing that you'll notice is that the footpath on my right, while not completely empty, looks deserted compared to what it would normally look like on any given Sunday afternoon. Passing by the Capitol building, you can also see that it's virtually free of tourists. Other than a few people walking around and about one street performer, there really wasn't much going on over there. Parking in this area on a Sunday afternoon is usually a nightmare, but on my right side, there are blocks and blocks of empty parking spaces. This is something that I have not seen before on a weekend in this part of town. The more I rode towards the monuments, the more and more people I started to see. I even stopped to chat with a guy who flagged me down because he wanted to talk about electric skateboards. Take note of the space between us. Social distancing, baby. As I started to skate closer to the Washington Monument, this is where I expected to see the most people outside. And I was right. There were people walking, biking, jogging, relaxing in the grass. It was a bit surprising to me to see this many people. But looking back, there were probably only about 5% of the usual amount of people on any given weekend. From there, I decided to skate to the Lincoln Memorial, passing by more and more people walking around outside. And as I rode down my favorite path in the city, I noticed something. Apparently there's construction going on at the reflecting pool, so instead of it being a gigantic mirror made out of water, it became a playground for walkers, bikers, rollerbladers, basically anyone who was outside to take advantage of this rare opportunity. I mean, how many people out there can say that they've skated through the reflecting pool? I didn't think it was something I'd ever do, but I'm glad that I'm able to check it off my bucket list. And I made a friend over there too. I made it to the Lincoln Memorial, and to no surprise, the place that's usually filled with huge tourist groups, usually on segways, was not completely empty, but only had a fraction of the audience it usually has. Normally riding through the streets of this area can be a pain in the butt, but to reduce visitation, the city has actually closed down several streets around the tidal basin, resulting in wide, open roads, which leads into Carb City for me, so I'll take that. And as I ride down this path, you'll begin to see the bulk of the people who are out and about. And the reason for that is because of the cherry blossoms. Every year, DC has a National Cherry Blossom Festival, which brings in about 1.5 million people a year to the city. Of course, with the pandemic, the whole festival has either been postponed or canceled. Luckily for you all watching at home, I can give you guys a peek so you don't have to miss out on too much. Passing by the Jefferson Memorial, again, I was shocked by how empty it was. And then I started making my way through more of the cherry blossoms and found all people. Oh god, this is mud. Well, contrasting from the gross mud are these beautiful cherry blossoms. And I think I have to duck underneath this upcoming tree to see if I'm flexible enough. My knees can't do this. Yes, they can. Oh god, this is risky. This is risky. This is risky. In my opinion, I think there are just too many people out. Yes, these trees are really pretty, but some of you guys are just way too close to each other on this narrow little path. I mean, come on. Social distancing, 6 feet apart, stay home. But my biggest takeaway from riding around the streets is that unless you make it mandatory, you can't really keep people inside. With everyone being cooped up indoors for days on end, it's no surprise that anyone would want to come out and spend some time outside. I mean, cabin fever is real. Trust me, quarantine has been tough for me too. So it actually kind of put a smile on my face to see people out there being active, taking a walk, taking advantage of the empty car-free streets, riding bikes, riding boards, one wheels, just enjoying themselves. To be completely honest, I'm not sure what I was expecting to see out on the streets, but I was a little shocked to see how many people were still going out. It's normal to see thousands around here, but even seeing hundreds was a bit more than I expected at a time like this. Granted, I know some people have to be outside. With me not having jobs right now, creating content like this is my priority, so I kind of have to be outside, you know? Either way, I hope that you guys enjoyed this look at what the streets of DC look like right now. I want to know what it's like in your part of the world. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you still see people going outside? Are you staying inside yourself? What's the situation like in your part of the world? I'm actually really interested. Let me know down there. While not a sponsor of this video, I'd like to give a shout out to Lazy Rolling for sending me this care package, which included this dope armored jacket that I rode in this video. This package by the guys over at Lazy Rolling, who make armored electric skateboard clothing. Lazy Rolling, thank you. Let's start off with this, shall we? T-shirt, my size too. Downhill all the time. Thank you, Lazy Rolling. This is a nice shirt. I like the little logo right here. That's some detail. I just noticed something. It's 3M reflective. Oh, that's actually really sick. Nice. Safety first. Definitely if you're riding at night, headlights are gonna be reflecting that logo. That's awesome. And inside the big package, yo, we got a lot of things. Got a little pop socket, downhill all the time. I'm guessing these are lights, sort of quick release lights you can just wrap around. Actually, that's really convenient as someone who like swaps boards often, and I do need lights. That's awesome. Vinyl sticker pack. You can never have too many stickers. And then inside here, this is one of those mini, collapsible skate tools. It's just so much more smaller than having the T-tool. And a note. Hey Ronnie, the size says XL, but it's an L. Much love, Lazy Rolling. Thank you, Lazy Rolling. Just in case I gain some weight, we're all good. Why are you laughing at me? Because it says XL? It's an L, they said so. But, oh, we got this armored jacket. Looking good. I feel like it just looks like a cool jacket. But we've got padding on the elbows, both elbows. The material feels really nice. This might be one of like the best feeling jackets I've ever owned. Thank you so much, Lazy Rolling. If you guys want to know more about them, I'll link them down below. Not paid for any of this, but they did send me this stuff to try out, so thank you. Huge thank you to my patrons for supporting the content that I make and this channel. Especially during a time like this, I really am truly grateful for you. More information about that is in the description. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new uploads. Until next time, stay stoked, stay healthy, I'm out. Peace.